Hi everybody, Sam here. I'm filling in for Sarah today, and as the resident Italian, I thought I'd give you a little bit of a video on one of the cool Italian bikes that we have here at the shop. Today, we're going to be looking at this beautiful Le Mans 1. This is a 1977 Le Mans. This is a Series B Le Mans. This came into the shop with a bunch of things that we did. If I remember correctly, the story on it was the original owner had it for a really long time, needed a bunch of work. The owner is a good friend of ours who we race with. And he got the bike from the original owner and did a bunch of work to it, put it back together, got it running, but it needed a couple things here and there. The Series B is really cool. I just learned this recently because I'm not an expert on this bike. I'm just Italian, so I have a lot of passion towards it. But, you know, I might not know everything. So here's the thing I learned. This tail light here comes only in the Series B, and it was designed by De Tomaso, the same guy who designed the De Tomaso cars. So that's one of the things that changes, that differs the Series A from the Series C to the Series B. The Series Bs came out with these cool De Tomaso designed taillights. But the bike came in here, and we went through it pretty darn well. We did the front forks. The fork seals were completely toast. We went through, put new fork fluid in, which in these, the fork fluid doesn't really do anything in terms of dampening. It just kind of keeps the springs and the cartridge fork dampers from rusting. So it's kind of like a lubricator. So we put new fluid in there, new seals. We went through and the main seal was leaking. And that's always a big job because once the main seal starts leaking, you can start getting engine oil on your clutch, and then your clutch start to slip, which is what the symptoms of this bike were when it came in. So we crabbed the frame, we took it all apart, we installed a new clutch, new flywheel. I think it was an SD Tech clutch upgrade kit with new components, a couple later revision upgraded splines, because some of the earlier models had a spline that was known for being a little too short and it would break under the high torque. Went through the brake system, did the valves. We did a bunch of things to this bike, and it is absolutely a pleasure to ride. And I've yet to ride it. I have a Le Mans 3. One of our mechanics took it out for a test ride and came back with a very big smile on his face. So before this leaves, I want to take it for a quick test ride and compare it to my Le Mans 3. But it's a really cool bike. These the Le Mans were based off the V7, which came, I think, with around 50 horsepower. This, on the other hand, has right around 71. So it's quite an improvement. The Le Mans 1 and 2 had the round cylinders. The Le Mans 3 has the square finned cylinders. So it has a little bit of an engine. The Le Mans 3 to the Le Mans 1 and 2 have slight engine changes on where things are located, slight changes in the design. Things were moved a little bit forward and a little bit back to accommodate the later designs. But it's overall an awesome machine. You don't see a lot of these today. In fact, when they came out, people didn't really love them. They loved the engine. They had a lot of issues with paint rusting. Some of the plastics were cracking, and a lot of people complained about the original seat being cheap and uncomfortable. So when the Le Mans 1 actually came out, people didn't really love it. Later, as they progressed and they came out with the Le Mans 2 and they made modifications here and there, I don't think they ever fixed the original seats being any more comfortable. But, you know, what are you going to do? But they did fix a lot of other things, and now this is a cult classic. Everybody loves them. I'd like to say that everybody loves them. I sure do. And you really don't see much of these bikes anymore. So it's great that we have it in the shop to add to our collection of cool Italian bikes that we're working on here. And yeah, it's a great bike. Love to see more Italian bikes here. So if you got one that needs work, send it our way. I can read the Italian manuals pretty darn well. So that's a cool skill that could help us out here that you might not be able to do at home. All right. Thanks for watching, and arrivederci.